Hello, everybody. Today we're playing the plague. You already know what the plague can do. And you see the perks we're running. We are starting off with Corrupted, and then we're doing a little bit different with the Undying combination. We're doing Undying Blood Favor. Blood Favor stops them from dropping pallets when they're in a certain range, and that's after I land or injure them in any way, shape, or form. So the entity's gonna block the pallet, and then I comboed it with Undying. So that way, if they get my blood favor, it'll be able to stay up, hopefully make it to the late game. But we already starting off good. We got Ellen in our sights, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I haven't played the Plague in a minute. You know what I'm saying? We playing Controller Plague today, and I do play on 95 cents. You know what I'm saying? I'm slowly working my way up to 95, but as you can see, long loops like this, probably shouldn't be holding her purge too long, just because as you can see, I didn't get the hit. I was able to hit her and get her poisoned or whatever you want to get the plague on her, but I wasn't able to secure a hit. But luckily she runs me right into one of her teammates, so I immediately switched targets because I noticed, and anybody who plays the plague, I'm sure you know, you want to try to spread your plague as fast as possible through survivors, whether it's hitting gens. But because I had corrupted, and right here I did a great job getting so much vomit on her, but you want to spread the plague vomit as much as possible. So you see me right here, I spit up on all the gens, so when they touch it, they immediately become infected, and then over time they automatically become injured, and they cannot heal from that injury unless they go to one of these fountains. And as you know, if they go to the fountain, I can then follow up and go to the fountain and get a one-shot ability by drinking the red puke from the fountain. So yeah, plague is pretty disgusting. I'm not going to lie, like, no pun intended, but she is a really good killer. Like, especially like the perks that I'm using right now, I don't think are the highest tier perks you can do with her, but she does have some pretty solid perk combinations, as well as some really solid add-ons. And as you guys can see, we're getting some really quick downs. I prefer to just, instead of just getting my puke on them and then hitting them with the basic ability, I just puke them until they get injured. I think that's the fastest way to get somebody down. Try to get right up on them if you can. Puke, get as much puke on them as possible. And I don't know if you guys notice it, but sometimes I don't even notice that they get their little endurance after that first hit, just because I'm hitting them from range. So by the time they get a little bit of distance away, I'm already on them again for the second hit, for that basic hit to put them down. And then right here, I was able to get my red puke. As you see, I got 3 people injured. The pressure is going crazy right now, and it's just, like I said, the plague is really good. Now, I'm not gonna lie, these survivors, they did start adjusting to a lot of the stuff I was doing throughout the game. So as you guys start to see, I do make some mistakes, and they do capitalize on it, and they start really cranking out these gens. And as time goes along, what they started doing is every time I got my power, they just started hiding. Like, they just straight up started hiding. Every time I got my power, they would just get off the gens. They wouldn't heal, they would just hide. And then when my power was over, they would pop back up, start doing gens again. But as you see right here, we got some crazy pressure. Nobody can heal. They have to go to fountains, and if they go to the fountains, I'm going to get my power. So I literally punish them from healing, which is why I love the plague. We got the Fang right here, trapped in the corner. I knew I wasn't going to get that hit, but I lunged for it because I wanted her to throw the pallet down, because it would have been really good to have that guy pallet down with 4 gens left. It would have been really good to get that pallet down, but she didn't even throw it. Respect to her. She probably knows, you know, you never know. That could be the difference between you escaping or not, if it's that guy pallet there. You know what I'm saying? So she left it up, lucky for her teammates. But we were still able to get her. She ran into the corner. We were able to get her. We go check on the gens. I'm really locked in right here. I don't get too tunnel vision on anybody. I check the gens every chance I get. And that's another reason why I like running pop, because pop kind of makes you check gens. You know what I'm saying? It's no point in running pop if you're not going to be running around checking gens and hitting it with pop, you know? Right here, I hear somebody over here doing the gen while I'm chasing her, so I switch targets. Of course, gotta get her infected. And when I'm telling you guys, Plague, she was actually way more fun than I remember her being. She was, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit hard for me at the beginning. You'll notice my Plague, my puke shots are a little like all over the place, you know what I'm saying? But as time goes, and right here she's got lights, so I'm like, oh crap. I thought she was gonna really start looping me here, but luckily for me, I made a mistake right there, because I could have just got her at the window, but she pulled this so wide. Look how wide she pulled that. I honestly think she could have got to this pallet and threw it down and gave me a really hard time right there, but luckily I made a mistake, and then she made a mistake right after, so I got really lucky right there. And as you can see, I got everybody injured. We do a little baby moonwalk right here, make her think we're going the other way. I swing and I miss. I don't know what the plague was looking at right there, but we ended up getting her down anyway. And right now, I got Nancy on hook. I just got Ripley down. And what I try to do here is I slug because I want to keep this pressure going. I don't want to take my foot off the gas pedal here. She comes in for a little bit of body block. I don't hit her because I know she's got borrowed time. I don't, waste time doing that. And I immediately go for the person who saved her, which is Nia. And like I said, this team actually played really well because they really restricted me from getting my power too much. But over time, as you can see, I did end up getting my power because they did start healing and trying to crank out these gens. And then I just kept doing what I was doing, defending this gen. Really, I was in this area for majority of the game. And then right here, we catch Ripley. She's just way out of position. I don't know if she was just thought she could finish the gen before I got over because it was pretty close to being done. But I ended up getting her down. Now, right here, I was greedy. I could have just kicked the gen. But instead, I was like, oh, let me just put her on the hook. I'll get pop. And then I'll just go back and hit it with pop. And then right as I'm putting her on a gen, I didn't know it was another person over there. So they ended up getting the gen finally. I was defending that gen for a majority of the game, but they still did an excellent job getting that gen. So right now I'm in a little bit of a tricky scenario because I'm like 2 gens left. I got to get somebody out the game. We got Fang on Def Hook, and I see Fang. I think she was the one who completed the gen when I was putting her on the hook. So I immediately start chasing Fang because I know I need to get somebody out the game ASAP or I'm going to be in trouble. Even with all the pressure and everything that we did in this game, like I said, these were some good survivors because they still played it to a T. They started adjusting to what I was doing mid-game, and they gave me a run for my money. Right here, I'm not going to lie, this little loop right here, I thought Plague was able to, like, shoot in between and around the tree. So right here, you see I'm, like, trying to shoot over the tree and hit her. Either my shots were too slow or they were just inaccurate. Because I could have sworn you could shoot like in between the tree and the rock wall, but I kept missing for some reason. And look how much time it's taking me to get this dang Fang down. She's doing an excellent job looping. Mind you, she's on Def Hook right here. So she's got some balls, you know what I'm saying? Like she could have immediately threw the pallet down when she first came over here, but she didn't. She looped me for a little bit, then she pre-dropped it, which was smart because I had my power. She runs my whole power out, and they get a generator off of it. So she really made it count, me chasing her and trying to get her out the game. And then right after that, she gets a body block from Ripley. So like I said, with all that pressure and all the hooks I have, they are still in the game, and I don't even have not one single person out the game yet. What is going on? We had them. The game should have been over, right? But like I said, these survivors, they really played a really good game. I didn't even bother throwing up on her or hitting her right there. I just wanted the Fang out the game. I was like, I'm not going to even throw up on her. I'm not going to even basic attack her. I'm just going to get this Fang out of the game. I needed her out ASAP. We get her out of the game. After that, we kind of played a little bit of cat and mouse back and forth because, like I said, I got my power. I edited it for you guys because I didn't want you guys to have to sit here and watch, but I hit a really good shot right here over the Lob City, baby. That was a really good shot right there. But I edited forward a little bit because we played a little cat and mouse between these 2 gens right here. This one, the one I just got Ripley by, and then this one right here. I got my power twice within that time frame. And like I told you guys, they just started hiding. They started just running on the opposite side of the map and just hiding. So I edited that out because I was literally just chasing them away from gens and regressing gens. And then I was finally able to not have my power. And once I didn't have my power, they started doing gens again. Right here, you see, I ran her away from that gen. Then I went back to this gen. I was just, like I said, cat and mouse. I was just going back and forth, back and forth. And then I made a decision. I was like, I gotta get on somebody. I gotta lock on somebody here because I think the gens are regressed enough to where I can get a chase in. So I decide after I saw the Nancy get sick, I knew she had touched this gen over here. The Nia gets sick, so I knew she was probably on a gen somewhere else. So I knew I didn't have a lot of time. So I just immediately locked in on her. And then luckily for me, her and Ripley are both over here. Big mistake that Ripley ran right into me. And then right over here is a fountain and they're both sick. She runs right into me. Beautiful, beautiful. Then she uses her endurance to run through a window. Big mistake right there. And then Ripley runs right into me. Both of them. Oh my goodness. So satisfying. And we ended up getting both of them in one jungle gym. It was crazy. Super clutch, super clutch. And luckily, phew, we were able to get the 3K. I could have slugged right there and went for the 4K, but I decided to give the last person a chance to get the hatch because they played a really good game. And when I tell you guys, the Plague was so much fun. As you see right here, she does get the hatch. I'm perfectly fine with that. They played a really good game. But yeah, man, Plague is super fun game in the farm as well. I really don't like those crops. And as you notice, when I was using Undying Blood favorite. After a while, they just stopped running to pallets. They just stopped throwing down pallets, and they just stopped running to pallets, and they started looping me in other places. I think that's the power of this combination right here. But I hope you guys really enjoyed that video, man. A really good play game, man. I hope you guys are having a great day. Appreciate you coming through. Peace out.